Greetings, combatants. Welcome back to another video, and today I will be discussing Act 3 of Mortal Kombat 9, The Invasion. I have been most looking forward to discussing this act as well. So without further ado, let's get into it. So before we start, before I forget, there were a few scenes I forgot about in my previous fix video for MK for the second tournament portion of the story mode, and one of the major aspects that goes into that is, well, let's be frank here, audience, it's, well, Scorpion. I wanted to discuss something. Scorpion, after the fight with Kung, after the fight with Sub-Zero, would the mental control put over him would be lost, and he would challenge Shao Kahn, saying he will not let his home realm be threatened by Shao Kahn. Shao Kahn would defeat him, of course, and with the help of Shao Kahn, the mental control would be placed back over him. So it's not really mind control, but it's more mental control. It's more so a form of unwilling servitude, stuff like that, because Quan Chi needs Scorpion to not be a brain dead servant, because his form of mind control is not as useful. So it's more so a mental control, forcing him to obey any order that Quan Chi gives him, even if he's unwilling to do so. So that's how that goes down. Another very important aspect of his character, another one is that, well, we get to see Shao Kahn without his helmet on. So I've already discussed how his costume would be different from his MK9 costume. It would have some of the trailer costume aesthetic in it, and it would have the it would still have the MK9 helmet, but it would have the MK9 trailer shoulder armor. It would have the MK9 leg armor. It would have the thigh armor that's similar to Deception. It would have but everything else would basically be the same. There's more of like a mix between 2 and 9. So yeah, that's like what I want to go into it. Also the cape. He would have a cape. So the thing about the cape was they didn't have it in MK2 because they couldn't draw capes like that back then. Like if you saw MK4, what Fujin has on his back, it's supposed to be a cape. It doesn't look like a cape, but it's supposed to be. So Shang Tsung on the day 3 of the tournament would walk into his personal quarters, and he would be without his helmet on. He would be doing something. Yeah. So that would be like the aspects more behind him. Like he would be doing something. He'd be doing some personal things he does, like, well, he'd be working on some like incantation or something like that, I don't know. Something around those lines. Like possibly trying to discover the incantation to allow him to resurrect the Dragon King's army. So, okay, we skip ahead now.
I'm not one. I am not so easily killed. Quan Chi accelerated my recovery. Emperor, I'm not one word.
as I said, the red eyes work much better for this version. It's like one of the few things MK11 actually got right, is that his eyes are supposed to be red. These are not red. And it's kind of weird.
Because of you, Outworld can no longer merge with Earthrealm.
That's not how that goes down in my version, of course. So let's get into it. Let's discuss the aftermath of the MK2 tournament that leads into MK3. Some of the races think he's weak and actually think that they have a chance of challenging him. Like there would be some comic panels showing that or such, but some would go against him. But they would all be defeated very quickly by him. Their leaderships would challenge him and fail. And he would leave their broken bodies, allowing them to take command, knowing they have no chance of defeating him. So that's part one. That's part one. The second part is the setup for the invasion. After Shao Kahn heals his injuries in the Soul Chamber, he returns to his throne room with his minions there. They all bow down to him, and Shao Kahn and Shang Tsung says, "Emperor, I'm sorry for..." He cuts him off, saying, "There is no need for apologies, sorcerer. This plan has failed, but, as always, I have a backup plan. You will complete this task for me. I cannot enter Earthrealm, but you can. I cannot enter other realms without victory in Mortal Kombat, but I have discovered a loophole in the rules of Mortal Kombat. If my bride was misplaced in a different realm, then I would have the chance to enter Earthrealm to reclaim her. But Emperor, Sindel is dead." "Exactly. But I have held on to her soul for 10,000 years." I've held on to her soul for 10,000 years. Don't you see, sorcerer? It is necessary. While I am more than capable of resurrecting her, I cannot resurrect her in Outworld. If I do, the plan will be a complete failure. You must resurrect her for me in Earthrealm, and with that I will bring forth the invasion force along with me. Earthrealm will suffer. Before this happens, in his injured state, he does have a meeting with the Centaur, who the Shokan King Gorbak is shown on screen, and attempts to meet with Shao Kahn. But Shao Kahn's bodyguard, who is Kintaro, tells him it's not a good the Emperor's throne room without his authorization. And he says, "I wish to speak with the Emperor, and I will speak with..." The Shokan leave his throne room, they say.
Yet be an alternative emperor.
So basically, Gorbak wants to meet with Shao Kahn, and he's in a meeting with the Centaur. His allegiance has swifted him. Once Shao Kahn meet the Centaur, once the Shokan meet with Shao Kahn, once the Centaur leave his throne room, they start mocking the Shokan, saying that now Shao Kahn prefers us over you. He then enters Shao Kahn's throne room, which Shao Kahn says, "I did not summon you, King Gorbak." He said, "I did not need summoning, Emperor. I wish to make up for the failure of my race. But it seems you have already chosen the Centaur over the Shokan. Can you blame me?" Your warriors have failed me twice already. They have failed to achieve victory in the Mortal Kombat tournament. You have failed too, Emperor, he says. Shao Kahn's eyes grow pure red as he said, I would watch your tone, Gorbak. I am not as kind as the Centaur. What I would do to you is not as kind as what the Centaur would do to you. He says, I apologize, Emperor, but you are shafting my race aside, and you are siding with those Centaur. Your hatred for the Centaur is none of my concern, King Gorbak. Those who serve me well earn my favor. Your people have failed to do so.
Invasion.
Invasion?
He then says, perhaps in your weakness you have grown soft. You have grown unfit to rule Outworld, Shao Kahn. Shao Kahn then gets off his phone and says, think about what you were saying, Gorbak. Already 4 of the races loyal to me have attempted the same, and you know what happened to them? He said, I don't know. What? They were defeated. You wish to join them in their defeat? I do not, my master. Very good. Continue. Do you wish to
Do you
join
mock
them
me?
in their
Sindel's horde
defeat?
prevents me from setting foot in Earthrealm.
Okay, Sindel's death would still be stated to be a suicide, so not that whole word thing, not the whole prophetic, not the whole the elder gods like Shao Kahn would have found out long ago if the elder gods like protections for the realms against Outworld would be a fiction. He would have discovered that because Shao Kahn is always scheming. Like what one thing that will be stated is throughout Shao Kahn's history of participating in as the Mortal Kombat tournament, he's always tests the bar to see how much he can get away with, see what he can get away with and what he can't, and that would be one of them. He blatantly has multiple times attempted to enter other realms through portals, but he has been prevented from doing so. So he would have known this because we had to consider the fact that Shao Kahn is supposed to be incredibly scheming, especially the midway version of him. He was a schemer at heart. He was cunning, he was brilliant, and he was tactical. And this is what I want to bring back for his characterization.
Have you considered why your wife
Gorbak
and
gets
Empress...
defeated, and Shao Kahn then, you know what happens then. And that Shao Kahn then continues his plans. He spies with the spies make it easy. Like Marina informs of what's going on. Okay, Sindel's resurrection Earthrealm would not be like this. She would not be naked. She would be wearing burial attire. I'm sorry for those gooners in the comments section. I'm sorry for the gooners who want to, well, the less stated the better, but you know exactly what I'm saying. You're not gonna get your chance to see Skimpy Sindel. You're not gonna get your chance to see Sindel without her clothing on. Just get over it. Sorry, my content is not built around gooners, so yeah. If you're a goon, Ooh. If you're a goon, you will not be given anything for your gooning. Alright, moving on. We have the next most important part of it. The invasion. The invasion force is prepared. Once Sindel is resurrected, Shang Tsung returns and says, "Your wife has been resurrected. She is currently awaiting your presence in Earthrealm." And he said, he starts laughing, saying, "Very good, sorcerer. The invasion is now set to begin. The invasion force will feel the wrath. Earthrealm will now feel the wrath of Shao Kahn." And that's where we get into the best content imaginable. That's where we get to the best part of the invasion. The best part, the invasion. After all is said and done, Motaro is put in charge of the invasion force.
Sindel.
Now Sonya and Jax attempt to warn their superiors about the Earthrealm invasion, about Outworld and how they should prepare just in case Outworld intends to attack. The generals think it's complete hogwash. They don't believe them at all until disturbances are felt, until portal disturbances are felt, until New York City, until the riddle of Manhattan has a massive fortress in it. Shao Kahn's invasion has begun. Things are about to get really bad for Earthrealm. Things are about to get really bad for Earthrealm. The invasion has begun. Immediately, Shao Kahn's invasion force starts slaughtering New York City. Shao Kahn literally says, "You will strip this city. You will strip this city of all life." And to add on to his immense power, he decides to make an example of Manhattan by stripping Manhattan of all its life without an extremely violent way of handling things, but this is how Shao Kahn does it, so yeah. Is it good? Very good. Like, it's a very good start. Unfortunately, I still have to follow the mold of MK9, so I can't physically have Shao Kahn. So I can't physically have Shao Kahn just take all the souls of Earthrealm, which is really unfortunate because I really wanted to. Like, I was very much eager to actually have Shao Kahn take all the souls of Earthrealm, but now I can't because it just doesn't fit with MK9's story. If he takes all the souls of Earthrealm, then you can't have the same tension that you have during the invasion mode. Because you have to have people fight back against the invasion. So it's like, yeah, it's one of the most shameful parts for me because one of my favorite parts of MK3's story mode is the fact that he literally strips the life of all. He strips Earth of all human life. That's a crazy, insane feat on his hands. It's like, honestly, it's just Shao Kahn-y. It's just the Shao Kahn I wanted to see, but I can't do it.
16, 17.
That is way more than 17.
18. Cabal, call.
I count over 30. Okay, that's a great with the story mode. So, yeah.
Call it in.
Base, Eagle 2, we count 18. 1-8 bogey, southbound on Olympic.
Roger that.
Eagle 2, out.
This is not happening.
Not what I was thinking when I swore to protect and serve.
What is that?
I'm thinking shoot first, ask questions later.
Fine with me.
Yeah, okay, I guess.
Pistols!
No police officer would have two pistols on their hips.
Enough of this! It's you and me, freak show.
Round 1. Fight!
Thought, he was a part of the Back Control Police in the original games, I guess not.
Wins.
Spitting? Sticking out your tongue? Bet your mama's real proud.
Probably dead, to be honest with you.
Oh. Come on. We're going street level. We've been compromised.
It ain't safe down there.
Better there than here.
Alright, so let's get on to the next thing of the story mode. So, the story mode, the invasion happens. Shao Kahn's armies begin pouring out, and they begin massacring everyone in their path. The military quickly becomes overwhelmed. Raiden's forces quickly engage. Their target is Shao Kahn's fortress in the middle of Manhattan. They know if there's any hope of defeating Shao Kahn, they must go to his fortress. Now this will be explained as his wartime fortress, and there will be more scenes throughout this game about his fortress coming up soon. Until then, let's have some fun. Let's have fun. No. Sorry. That was super weird. Yeah. I figured I said that. I could probably cut that out. Alright, so here's where things get really intense. Like, there's a lot of massacring, there's a lot of people who die. There's a lot of death and destruction going on. Shao Kahn is continuously absorbing the souls of every dead person. They're just flying towards him at this point. Everyone's just dying, and just their souls are going to him. It's very massacre. Then we get to Cabal and Stryker. They will be in the chaos of New York City, seeing this invasion unfold as many die. It's very brutal. The invasion is intensely gonna be brutal. Like, I wanted to show the scale of Outworld's invasion, so you're gonna see a lot of parts of the globe being invaded. You're gonna see a lot of death. You're gonna see a lot of military forces fighting back against the invasion, but they're being overwhelmed by Shao Kahn's very massive armies, and it's really difficult for them to fight against him. Yeah, so
That guy just shot lightning from his hands.
Fight!
We would get to see Stryker, Cabal. They would be fighting on the streets of New York City.
You're coming with me.
Oh yeah, that's a part of it. So Stryker and Cabal would be fighting. They would face some of Outworld's warriors, but they would not really defeat them. Like for instance, Katana. Like for instance, they will not be fighting Melina because Melina is disguised as Katana at the moment. But Raiden's from warriors will be fighting in, very importantly, will be fighting in New York City. Like their really big intention is to get to Manhattan. That's what they're striving for. Now during later the story mode, which I will be discussing, we will get into the Manhattan arc. But basically, it's very crucial to the story mode because Manhattan is when they actually make it closer to Manhattan, we're gonna see something very unfortunate. Manhattan is gonna have no more human life. The invasion has either sent the people leaving Manhattan or they died. Raiden intervenes as Stryker is defeated by one of Outworld's warriors. I'm gonna save the whole Johnny Cage and Motaro thing for later because I actually want it to be like I want it to be more close with MK3 where Motaro actually does fight Liu Kang. And he later is seen fighting Johnny Cage and he's about to kill him when Raiden intervenes and kills him, which enacts the next stage in the plan. Okay.
Who are you? You all right? Johnny Cage fighting a giant monster? What is this, Time Smashers?
That guy just shot lightning from his hand.
I don't think I'm gonna do a reaction to the story mode, but I'm gonna use the story mode cutscenes to help me out with the whole discussion, so because I don't want to be talking out my ass when it comes to the story mode. Because the story mode to me is extremely important. The story mode of MK9 is overall flawed, but it's flawed in a way that can be fixed. Like it's not complete garbage or complete rubbish like MK11. Yes, I said MK11. Like MK11, for instance, one of my things with MK11 is complete garbage. I despise MK11 story mode. And for various reasons do I despise it. Because it is honestly just ridiculously terrible. I know there's fans out there that actually do like it, but I'm not one of them. Without further ado, to get back to the story. So they're gonna keep fighting. There's gonna be a lot of fighting going on. But here's one of the interesting parts. We're going to cut between the action with showing the scenes of the Outworld coronation. Shao Kahn's generals would be meeting with him throughout the invasion. They would be discussing the events that's going on. And Shao Kahn will be overall pleased in general, because his invasion is going rather well. Many are dying. And that is, of course, his very big intention. He wants Earthrealm to suffer. Like, for instance, when we get into the New York City stage, when we finally make it to Manhattan, when Earthrealm's warriors are able to push their way through to Manhattan, there's gonna be some very dark scenes right there, cause you're just gonna see dead bodies. Like, human life, there's not gonna be human life. Like, there's gonna be a lot of death. And I think that's one of the consequences of the invasion. Like, there's gonna be a lot of death. Like, I'm gonna get into the official numbers of the amount of people who die later in the story mode, but till then, let's just continue. So, Shao Kahn will be meeting with his generals, but also Shao Kahn will have a plan. So, you think that with the whole thing of you think that I've really gone to the sadistic nature of Shao Kahn's character in this game yet? You would be totally wrong, because it is only going to get worse. What he does next, I think some of you are going to be incredibly shocked with the direction I take him in. Because it's honestly really smart, but it's also really evil. So, yeah. Now, I hope you all are ready for this, because once you hear this, you're not going to be able to think of Shao Kahn any differently than the way I've characterized him right here. You're not going to be able to say that, oh, I think many of you are actually going to be shocked of my idea with what I'm going to do with him. So here's my idea. Shao Kahn noticed how upset Liu Kang was when he killed Kung Lao. So he decides that he's going to resurrect Liu Kang as a revenant and place him under mind control. So Shao Kahn has a little play going on here, because he also resurrected Scorpion into a Spectre, and he resurrected Sub-Zero into a Wraith. Because Quan Chi cannot resurrect, I'm going with the midway characterization where Quan Chi is incapable of resurrecting anyone. So Quan Chi he just can't resurrect people. And that's why I felt was very important for his characterization. He is incapable of being able to complete resurrections. So he needs the Emperor's help to do so. So the Emperor and Shang Tsung performed these resurrections for him. Well, the Emperor performs the more tenuous resurrections, like turning people into wraiths and turning people into specters. That's something he's capable of doing. Now, Shang Tsung's power cap is that he cannot turn anyone into anything else than what they previously were. So he can use mind control, but that's really it. So that just shows you the gap between Shang Tsung's abilities and Shao Kahn's abilities. Because Shao Kahn can do a lot more things that Shang Tsung cannot do. He's capable of a lot more, and he does it with grace. It's a part of his characterization, basically. So yeah, that's what we get into at this point. Alright, so without further ado, let's keep going.
Hands. How'd he do that?
No idea.
Skipping, of course. He resurrects Kung Lao, and what he does with him is he turns him into a revenant. He mind control. He basically alters his mind, and he states, and I quote, "What you will do to Liu Kang will be greater than any. What you will do for Liu Kang for me will ensure my ultimate victory. Liu Kang will never see it coming. You will make him think that his best friend, you, have returned from the dead and blame him for his death." Shao Kahn is literally just standing right here, but he wants Kung Lao to make Liu Kang think that he's responsible for his death. He wants Kung Lao to be blamed for his death. I know. It's incredibly sadistic of him. But it is what he does. He wants Kung Lao to suffer. No, he wants Liu Kang to suffer. He wants Liu Kang to feel the pain. He wants Liu Kang to be manipulated into believing that he is responsible for Kung Lao's death. And that, yeah, that's what he wants. It's very sadistic in many different ways, but it's totally in line with Shao Kahn's characterization. He's cunning and he's scheming, and this is just not one of his plans. And the worst part is it almost works. This is able to emotionally wreck Liu Kang. Like, he blames himself for the death of his friends. Like, yeah, it's just super evil. You kinda want... just feel like sort of bad for him, too. Cause, like, this is Liu Kang's... he was, like, Liu Kang's best friend at the time. And being told you're responsible for my death really just messes him up. Like, it really physically wounds him. Like, he has a hard time grasping with the fact that his best friend blames him for his death. Like, it's just really tough on him. And we'll get into that more later, but yeah, that's what Shao Kahn's plan is. Everything is going pretty smoothly for him. Like, the invasion is going very well. Many people are dying. And it's like, Christ, you got, like, so much destruction and death. Like, a lot of people lose hope over what's happening. Like, you really want to, like, get things in the right ballpark, but you just feel the desperation, like, especially on Raiden's part. Raiden is becoming incredibly desperate as he feels the situation is becoming extremely unpreventable. He has a massive vision. Like, one of his visions really affects him in so many ways. He sees death. He sees the future, basically, if he does not stop it. He gets his vision. Shao Kahn must merge the realm to prevent Armageddon. Now, basically, here's where we get into the whole merger thing. The intention is to have Shao Kahn merge the realm, and it be so that Liu Kang does not defeat him, so they can prevent Armageddon. Shao Kahn must merge the realm to prevent Armageddon. That's what he's being told. He knows that Shao Kahn has merged the realm. He knows that from his vision Shao Kahn does merge the realm, but he also sees that Liu Kang defeats him. So he comes to the conclusion that Liu Kang must not win. Because if he wins, then Armageddon is possible. So you really give a lot of desperation because you're worried. Like, Raiden is really becoming incredibly desperate because he is absolutely worried out of his mind. He is scared at what is going to happen. He fears what is to come. If they do not win. It's like, can they win? Can they stop him? Like, is it just too late? Like, there's a lot of these aspects that go into the story mode I'm trying to tell. Like, how long until it's all done? How long until everything is doomed? It's like the real feeling of dread you're gonna get from this story. I'm of course paraphrasing because I'm explaining the more general story. I'm being more broad around the events because I don't wanna, because like explaining every detail that happens of it, and it will take way too long. Like, you know as well as I that I can't explain everything that's going to happen. I explain everything I can explain. But I can't explain everything that happens. 'Cause there's so much that happens. Like, there's so much that goes into the invasion. There's so much death. There's so much destruction. There's so much pain. Like, so much happens. So much violence, so much destruction. It's like there's so much that happens and you can't really get into it. But it's just like the brutality of what is happening. It's like the invasion, like one of the things I wanted to make it feel like, the invasion is incredibly devastating. There is so much death. And the body count. In truth, the body count would be incredibly high. I'll be explaining it when we get closer to the end, but it's extremely high. They fight, and they fight. Katana, Jade discovers that Katana is not Katana, but she faces Melina, and she is defeated, and then her memories are altered. Also, here's another interesting thing I added. Melina will be given a little interesting ability because Shao Kahn is very skilled in his art of doing things. He gives Melina the ability. He trains Melina in the ability to use blood magic. It is something that Katana was too disgusted in to do, but Melina was all for it. So that's another difference between the sisters. While Katana sees such things as a disturbing tool that does not help her become a better warrior, Melina sees it as a worthy tool that keeps her on top. Something that she can use. And that's how she defeats Jade. She uses blood magic to basically incapacitate her. So she can use her, so she can mind wipe her and make her think she's actually Katana. So yeah. I know everything's extremely brutal, but it's just a part of the story mode. Like, I wanted to live up to the story mode. I wanted to live up to Midway, and I wanted to add more to it, because Midway is undoubtedly my favorite. So, yeah, that's the way things keep transpiring and things keep getting worse. Things will get a lot worse the more we go on. And believe me, you're gonna want to hear what happens, because some of it is going to be devastating, especially when we get to the final acts. So now basically we continue to trudge through New York. People continue to die. Things continue to degrade. Raiden is possibly succumbing to madness. He's succumbing to fear. He's scared. He's scared of what will happen if he fails. He's scared of what will happen if he can't protect Earth because Shao Kahn's invasion keeps threatening the balance of everything. He is terrified. Everyone is terrified. Liu Kang keeps his humility. He keeps his... many other individuals are afraid of what is going to happen. Liu Kang is only focused on one thing. He is focused on stopping this event. He is focused on preventing Shao Kahn's invasion. He is not as worried as Raiden because he knows that they can succeed. He's beaten Shao Kahn before. He believes he can do so again. It's not arrogance. It is him giving in to what he truly is. He is the chosen one. He believes firmly with his heart that he is chosen to prevent Shao Kahn from committing more evil acts. It's like things get so bad that they do take a break in between things. They like meet up at this church, like the thing that was seen in MK3 and MK9 story mode. Actually, let me skip ahead. I think it's called the Cathedral. Yeah, the Cathedral. Yeah, it's called the Cathedral. Shao Kahn's invasion would continue, and it would continue to become more bloody and violent. Things would become much worse before they get better, and it would be truly sad for everyone. Like, while Raiden is worried, while Raiden is terrified at the results that are possible, Liu Kang keeps ensuring him, Master, you must have faith. You must not believe that this is the end. We can beat him. We can stop this, Raiden. I was chosen to prevent such an outcome. You gotta trust me. You gotta trust in yourself that you're making the right decisions. I don't believe you are wrong. I know you're scared. I'm scared too. I hide it well, but I am terrified for the fate of my realm if we lose. But fear is not going to get us to win. Fear will make Shao Kahn's victory assured. We must not be afraid. We must continue. We must fight until we win. He basically gives a speech to his fellow combatants telling them that we will not falter. We will not fail. Together, we are stronger than Shao Kahn. That's what Liu Kang believes, and they all get the proper motivation to continue fighting. Okay. On that note, we're going to end this episode for today. The next parts to come up will be the Noob Saibot reveal who he truly is. Cabal's transformation into the warrior with the mask thing. Cabal's transformation into a very fast character. And yeah, that's where we will be leaving off for the next part. There will be no Soulnado this time because there wasn't a Soulnado in the original invasion mode as well. So yeah, we'll get into that. But it's just very crucial. What's going to happen, what's going to be proceeding is just very crucial to the story mode. So yeah. Stay tuned, ladies and gentlemen. We will be dishing out we'll be getting into more of the story mode soon. Thank you all for watching. As always, if you like my content, feel free to like and subscribe. If you don't, I appreciate you watching anyways. As always, God bless you all.